Hello and welcome to Channel Sport on Sunday. It is the first Sunday of 2025 and probably is going to set the tone of how we want to look at sports in this new year. Our 2024 ended a not so high a note for Nigerian sports. A lot of changes, transformation, beginning again, postponements, some stability somewhere, individual setbacks, the high end and rising. We can look at certain sports, that's okay, fine. This is what they did right. So in 2025, we are going to start as if nothing has happened before. We are going to begin from the beginning. We are going to take our first steps and see how that first step will lead you to your own El Dorado. So, what within Channel Sports or what within Channel Television is all talking about catching them young. We have the Kids Cup. We have the Channel Classics, which we were doing, before the interruption. But probably that will tell you that this is our focus on sports. This is what we do on sports. A 17-year-old has taken the world by storm. Yes, I said the world deliberately. Then probably catch it to the world of sports. And then we'll take it to the world of darts. Darts? What is darts? I became a fan of darts just about over a year ago. Just a year ago, December last year, actually. December 2023. When I hooked into the World Dart Championship and saw a 16-year-old wonder, a 16-year-old prodigy, a 16-year-old sensation, teaching his father, his father's mates how to throw the darts. And this year, he got up there because he took that momentum. He took, how do I say it? I don't want to use the word upheaval, but it took the world by storm. That we all stayed glued to our tellies. If you can't get there in London to watch it live, following what was happening. He played to the final and was beaten by Luke Humphrey. This year he came back again. And the story, we'll tell you the story. But the thing is, we've been captivated over time, by the young men and women who come in. In fact, when the man who lost the finals, Van Geren did say, every 17 years, a star is born. I have heard that phrase before because following the same way somebody introduced me into golf. I never paid attention to golf until the emergence of Tiger Woods. And when that young man came in, I tell you this, I got stuck. I even went as far as buying golf, literature on golf, buying books on golf to understand the game and follow the game. Because it was saying 17 years after Jack Nicklaus, there came a certain Tiger Woods. And 17 years after Tiger Woods, there came another prodigy. So when Van Galen said, every 17 years a star is born, it kind of rang something in my ears. So we look at, the great Pelé, who at 17 went on to score goals at the World Cup final. Not just in the final, but at the final. Kylian Mbappe doing it also in the World Cup final. Boris Becker winning Wimbledon at 17. Norman Whiteside at 16, debuted at the World Cup in 1982. We've had these kids coming. These kids who came in and changed the game. And I tell you this, we in Nigeria, we know that yes, we can do it. But if you look at all, then they have something in common. They have one thing in common. Their parents are their first coaches. The Mbappe project became something else where every father wants his or her own child, to excel at that age and able to bring in income. Ken, calm down. We'll see how we can, bring you on and be part of this show today. The NPFL is on mid-season break. 19 games played, 19 games to go. How did the team stand? Who are the top? What are the surprises, the surprise elements of this season? It has gone, one way or the other. Some started early, some, dropped form, some have been consistent. And I tell you, one of those teams, that we thought has been a yo-yo when it comes to the top flight. In some years, it has been a giant earlier, was Shooting Stars. And the Shooting Stars are one of the surprises of this season. We'll look at other surprises because they are shining like stars. We'll go on and take a note of, what we, like you said, what we want to do, the facilities that we want to look at. The CHAN tournament is coming up. That is the next gen, where, for the players that are based at home, trying to get that spotlight and, and what you have to excel, within the continent and probably get contracts for themselves, with good clubs within and outside the continent. So look at the list that just came out and look at those who will don Jersey come at the end of February when they want to when the championship will take place in 3 countries actually: Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. They are hosting the AFCON in 2017. So FIFA says, okay, you host the CHAN and let us need you to test your facilities. So basically, we'll look at that. The EPL. When Liverpool scored 7 today against Manchester United, it looks like City are beginning to turn the corners, and then I don't know if they left it too late. For Gunners yesterday, another point dropped. We'll look at that and then all things. But I'm not alone in the studio. Okpe is in the house, so let us see. Where are you, Ajala?
Yeah, thanks, Ken, for having me. And happy New Year to our loving viewers.
Yeah.
The year we started, we started with catching them young, and that takes us back to the oldest Olympic gold medalist, Agnes Keleti, who passed on Thursday at the age of 103.
Wow.
She won her first Olympic medal, gold medal in 1952 and sinking. And 4 years after, she got 4. She won the first one at 31, and 4 years later, got 4 gold medals, become the oldest Olympic female gymnastic gold medalist. So she got 4, making a total of 5 gold medals. So this is it. If you start early, you'll still get there.
Yeah.
Messi, arguably one of the greatest ever football player, did not win the World Cup at 17, Pele.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, he got the World Cup. So the thing about sport is start early. And it's not only about winning, having an healthy lifestyle, active lifestyle. So it's so all-encompassing that it is a win-win situation for the participant. Just start early.
It is a win-win situation, like what Okpe just said, and you can't take that away from him. We try and call it here and said, everything has a step. Before you put the superstructure, you must put the solid foundation on the ground. So what are supposed to be the first steps? Is it facilities or facilitators or the talent?
The first step is actually the sacrifice, because it takes a lot. You have clients where you get paid, you have hourly rate for your payment. So where you are taking your keys out to these things means you are losing payment. So it's more of balancing your opportunity cost. But would I rather want to spend money on drugs or having kids that are healthy and bouncy? So I think so. The first step is, because we can't take that away. Government don't pay when you take your kids to the park.
No.
They can pay for other things, population explosion. But taking your kids to the park, that is the first step for the parent. And if you check all the grades, there is always this parental aspect in these things. So the more the parent get to look at these things and see that, look, it's actually a win-win situation. You are doing something first for the kid, yourself having a peace of mind. Then also, at the end of the day, what could just happen, this thing can just translate to becoming something more glorious for the country and your country and community. Because obviously you start off from the community, which takes us back to where we were talking about, what we were talking about last week about the grassroots. What are the 774 local governments doing? What are they being deliberate about to ensure that we produce world beaters for this country? Ken, as we speak today, can we have just one of these 774 local governments say, look, in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, we are going to have a world champion from this local government?
In 4 years' time, in 5 years' time, we are going to have You see, he just talked about, where we stopped. Like we said, this program is a continuum. 774 local governments, formally they will talk about the paucity of funds, that the money is not there. But right now, I mean, a lot of them are getting millions, 100 millions, 200 millions, 500 million per month. Now, we've also talked about the sport policy and say, look, we want to move from consumption to production. But how do you produce? He's talking about taking your child, the sacrifices, the time they are not being paid for taking your child to the park. But also, it is the duty of the counties, it is the duty of the local government to provide those parks. That is part of their responsibility from the funds they are getting. So, in your own local government areas, sir, the local government chairman, sir, have you earmarked area for sports? I will say this for Jeremy Fellow, the local government area here in Lagos, because, I mean, almost all the wards, you see some facilities. I think we'll make it. I've been saying this. I don't want to keep on promising and not fulfilling it. But I hope that probably in the first quarter of this year, we should be able to fulfill that. Because if you move from Maracana, where you have almost about the pitches in Maracana, I think they're about, is it almost 24 or so or much or more than that? Pitches. Training pitches, and then the big ones are where the people can, whatever it is. And then you move from the Maracana to Natana Dewale, you will see it there just by there. And then those are these structures. Almost all the wards, they are putting facilities, both indoors and outdoors. And that is where Okbe is talking about here. Okbe says, the family, you sacrifice to take your family, your children to the park. You take them, to the club. Like we were just talking about Luke Littler. Luke Littler, you can't see, let me just say this, because certain stories look as if they are cooked. This is a true life story. At the age of 18, I'm not saying 18 years, 18 months, that is the kid. At the age of 18 months, Littler's parents bought him a dartboard. Okay? A dartboard they bought for him at the age of 18 months. Now, that is a magnetic dartboard. And how much did they buy? They went to the pound shop, £1. This story started with £1. So they bought a magnetic dartboard, at the pound shop for this kid at the age of 18 months to teach him how to throw darts. So even with his nappies, he was still wearing Pampers. I'm sorry, I don't know whether I think Pampers is a brand or something. I'm sorry, but then he was still wearing his nappies at the age of 18 months when he started this. So by the time he was 5, they bought a proper board for him. So Papa said, look, this boy is 17 and he is the champion of the whole world at 17. I tell you this, he's 17, but he has been playing that for 15 years. Now, I don't know how many hours, how many thousands of hours, how many throws, how many he has done within that period. But this is what we are saying here. At 17, this young man went over there and then, won the world championship. After failing at 16, he was in the final. They were beating this final. And a year later, he is there as the champion. So if you start early, like what is saying, if you start very, very early, there is nothing stopping you from going on. Of course, the talent has to be there, the consistency has to be there, the great health has to be there, the finances and the sacrifice of what he's saying. I remember, I think Maria Sharapova. Okay, this is Phil Taylor. Phil Taylor has, Phil Taylor has 16 championship. And then when they asked Luke that, what, you started now, where do you see yourself in years to come? He said, I see myself breaking Phil Taylor's record. Phil Taylor has 16, while Luke has 1. But Phil Taylor won his first championship at the age of 29. Luke won his own at the age of 17. We're talking about 12 years. So by the time, let me add, because where is here, and then the Catalan is also in the house now. I want to ask you guys, by the time Luke Littler gets to 29, let me say what to you. How many titles do you think he would have won?
So all things being equal, and I doubt if those things will be equal, because of course we have several Luke every part, every nook and cranny of UK.
Yeah.
Because it's more famous in the UK.
United Kingdom.
So you have a 12-year gap.
Yes.
So that's why I say all things being equal, which I don't think will be that equal.
Of course.
It could never
more talents are proud. That is the effect.
So, now, we have a 12-year gap. So that means he's taking like 12 plus 1, that is 13.
All right. The Catalan is in the house. Till we're talking about Luke the Nuke. Littler, the young man who has taken the dart world by storm. Do you play? Do you buy him? Have you ever played that?
No, I haven't.
You've never. I never followed that until last year.
Somewhere in Lagos in the 80s.
Yeah,
it was very common.
Why do you have to go as far back as?
No. In fact, after that, I never even saw it.
No. You see, I know why. You know, some people. You know, we're talking about eras. We're talking about those who were born within certain areas, certain era. I'm not talking about when he was born, but he was saying, why are you talking about prehistory from where he was consigned? So basically, I know that is what he's looking at.
Amazing. but look, I think $500,000.
Dollars, yes. £500,000.
£500,000. That was his prize.
The value is his money.
His prize money. And the fact that he's been doing this for so long, some children couldn't even speak.
Was he speaking at 18 months? I don't know.
Well, maybe you could say that, but some children couldn't even speak, and he was already playing that. And that shows you how intentional, at least his parents or his guardians were. And then, Ken, I watched some of the games. I saw the championship. The crowd, the following, everybody. Like I was amazed that it's very difficult to fill up football stadiums in some parts of the world, and yet for a darts championship, the arena was basically filled up to the brim, and you could see the excitement on the faces of everybody that a 17-year-old was about to do like the unthinkable, you know, and it's something that we should actually celebrate. And like Okpe talked about not too long ago, begin to imbibe. You bring up young ones. They are coming up. You encourage them. You set up facilities that will make them perform. Ken, I watched this thing and I was blown away. I was totally blown away, Ken. Super impressed, if you ask me.
Super impressed, like we are saying. We just said it here. We said Fitelo won his first championship at the age of 29. But I tell you this, he just won at 17. Before now, the youngest winner, coincidentally, was the person he beat at the finals.
Yes.
You know, Van Gogh. Van Gogh won his own championship at the age of 24, which means the guy just scored 7 years. When they break record, they break the guy just scored 7 years out at so. Maybe I think
that's where the confidence is coming from. That he's chasing after Fitelo's record. Because if from 29, the man that got 16, to 24, the youngest ever, and coming to 17. So that gives you a sort of leverage that, look, that means I still have a whole lot of time ahead of me. And he's a back-to-back finalist, losing the last final and winning the so that tells you for the past 2 years, he's been between 1 and 2 in the world.
Are you saying he's a
He's now risen to world number 2. Behind the guy that beat in the final last year, who is Luke Humphries. Luke Humphries is world number 1, and he is world number 2. But this is his first year as a professional. The guy has won 10 different tournaments.
Is he eligible to drink alcohol?
He's not yet 18.
Exactly.
So he can't even buy alcohol. He can't enter a bar.
He's already a world champion. I think he's the Lamine Yamal of that.
Oh, okay, I know.
No champions.
He has the Euros.
No champions.
Okay. Lamine Yamal, of course, is team sports.
Yeah, team sports. I get it.
But this is
individual and able to soar at that age.
And for him to have that calm, because I watch. There are a lot of great champions that are playing here. I was just talking about Van Gogh. After Fitelo, the next man that had the storm is Van Gogh, and the way he handled it, because before they played, when they played the Stephen Bunting in the semis, they were saying, how is he going to do it? We are going to handle it. The guys, I've watched how this boy has been treated. He's a kind of an introvert, and the rest of but because of whatever I believe he's going to blow everybody away. But they said no. I like a one tournament wonder. In one tournament.
Ken, a lot of people, if you've not played professionally or you've not at least followed professional sports, you might not understand the difficulties that come to playing individual sports, like tennis, like golf, the weight of the world on your shoulders, and then doing it as a teenager with several world champions around you, and the fact that, yes, you were a prodigy, but nobody would have believed that you will win it at 17 because it's never been done before.
It has never been done.
It's never been done before.
24 was the youngest.
And then you're doing it at 17. I think that is elite mentality.
It's elite mentality
if you ask me.
All right. I want to go on a very short break. When we come back, before we go back to these child prodigies, we'll look at the NPFL. Stay with us. Theo is causing trouble in the studio. Theo is trying to impose something on me. Okay, he just said President Biden and that they awarded the Presidential Medal of Honor to the GOAT. That is what he said. And I was asking her, which president? He didn't say Presidential Medal of Honor. And I said, which president? And I said, did you know? President Biden. Can you tell us what is it about?
Yes. President Biden.
Yes.
The President of the United States of America.
Yeah.
Earlier today conferred on 20 people the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Okay.
It's the highest civilian honor you can get in the United States.
Okay.
And one of those people was Lionel Messi.
Okay.
The first footballer to get that award.
Okay.
And it shows for your impact. And the major reason is because he's the most. He's won the most awards or the most tournaments as a football player. He has more tournaments.
Did he win them in the US?
He's actually won something in the US.
Okay.
I don't
I hope you are conversant with what we call lame duck week.
Here we
when
go
the
again.
politician is exiting after the success of an election. Anything you are doing within that period.
He's still the president.
He's still the president.
That's what I'm saying. Things you do in your lame duck period, your lame duck week, is part of
at least there was a Hillary Clinton there. There was a Magic Johnson there. And I'm talking about people that are relevant in their industries.
Yes.
And in the United States, he's the first Argentine, by the way, to win that award.
Okay, so there is nothing about it. The story of the GOAT, of course, no matter how subjective it is, some facts are there. I love this thing because somebody twisted it. But we are going to open the lines like we didn't do it last week. We want to open the lines now. While we talk about the NPFL, you guys can join us, talk on anything. Your reflections of 2024, and then what you believe your aspirations or what you're looking forward to in 2025 for yourself, for your clubs, for Nigeria, for whatever sport you support, and let us see how it is going to go. I will be shortchanging you for a while, so let us open the lines and you'll be part of this. I think today the lines will go. We opened it last week, it hit not. But today, he go waka, he just call. We'll pick your calls. But then the NPFL, let us look at halfway stage. Can we see, if we can see the log, I think Rebel Stars sits at top of the league now. Theo, what has been, okay, look, that is the league table as at week 19.
So that is Rebel Stars, 36 points, Rivers United 34. 3SC 33, Enugu Rangers 31, Academy 29, Ikorodu City 28, Abia Warriors 27 with a negative -4, Kano Pillars 25, Eyimba with the outstanding cost of content engagement 24, Niger Tornadoes 24, Bayelsa United 24.
But how come Bayelsa has played just 15 matches?
Okay.
I don't understand.
Kwara United 23, Castina United 23 points.
Okay, but looking at this table, like I said, during the intro, Shooting Stars has been my surprise pick among those teams there. The consistency of Remo Stars have been pushing all this while. Rivers United have won it. They've been on the continent. At least in the past 4, 5, 6 years, they've always been there. So I can expect them. Of course, Eyimba has not been performing as expected. From them, I think they still have some outstanding.
They have 3 outstanding matches.
We have Paul.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, Paul. How are you?
Fine, sir. I want to say something about the NPFL, you know.
The
They
NPFL.
really tried. Yes, our NPFL, they are trying, you know.
Okay.
By, you know, Rangers winning the trophy. They really tried last season. So this season, I could have even watched. You know, there are other things there just to challenge them. But
Okay.
Rangers really try. They have a very good history in Nigerian football from way back 70s to 80s, 90s. I could have want them to win the league again, but if they don't win it, the other teams can now lay their hands on the trophy. You understand?
Okay.
So I want to say something about Man United and their issues. Man United, their situation is very bad. Their match today with Liverpool, I heard that the game might not take place.
Yeah. There's weather.
Yes.
But Liverpool is saying maybe the weather is playable.
Like
Yeah. That the condition is playable. I don't know. But they are still watching. Yeah. Go on.
Yes. The game may go on, but the game may not go on still. You understand?
Okay.
Their condition is very bad. Winning a single match is very tough for Man to win. Clubs like food, even at Manchester United Stadium, I thought they win them. Their situation is bad. Their situation is one. Man is a trophy-winning team, and it's a big club worldwide. Every nation in the world knows about Man United.
All right.
Now, they are doing so bad.
They are doing so badly. Okay. But do you watch Rangers? Do you go to watch? Oh, you are in Abia. It's okay. All right. Okay, thank you for the call, Paul. I wanted to ask if I know you are. I don't know where you stay in Abia, but from Abia to Enugu, maybe probably go and watch your team play. So we saw that table, and like we highlighted, we've been saying in the past few weeks how certain teams were at the rock bottom. We're talking about Heartland, and we're talking about Ikorodu City, and even the 3 years at a point we're down. And then this team just found themselves, consistently picking some points home and away. And right now, where is Heartland now? Heartland is at number 14.
Yeah.
Where Ikorodu City is a little bit high up.
5 or 6.
Number
They are sixth, right?
5 or 6.
So those were the teams that were at the rock bottom.
Start of the season.
But let me ask you guys, why we marvel at the performances of Shooting Stars and other teams? What really happened to Aqua United?
I think for Aqua,
Yes.
after their continental disaster, they've not really been. The last time they won the FA Cup,
Yes.
and the continent, they didn't really do well.
Yeah.
So from there, they've not really put their heart together. You have coaches being fired, and yet the situation remains the same.
Yeah.
So possibly, the way it is, they are featuring with relegation, and with nobody knows what can happen. But again, 19 points from 19 matches.
That's peaceful.
It's not the championship stop. Rather, it's not the champion stop, but rather a championship stop.
Is it possible that is what's happening to Manchester City that's happening to them?
Okay. All right. I think we have a call on the line.
Mike.
Hello, Mike. Mike, how are you?
I'm okay. Oga, we are welcome back. I'm seeing you for the first time. Not in the for 21 anyway.
We did grand.
Welcome back. Happy New Year too.
Happy New Year.
I bet my prayer point has always been let our league be on television.
Yeah, it will.
There's any magic.
Yeah. Go on.
If there's any magic they will do to put this league on television. It will be as if the other referee is working. It will be like a referee miracle to me. Please, let them put this team, because like my Ikorodu team here, people are interested.
Hey, Ikorodu City!
So please, you should just put this thing on telly.
Yeah.
So I think we have more glamour. So every time I'm an Arsenal fan, a die-hard Arsenal fan. No matter what I'm going through, I still want to watch our league on the telly.
Okay.
When we are playing, don't reply to Nico, we play UAC.
I know.
But when it's on television,
Yeah.
you can always. Thank you very much. I want to like you. You are looking very handsome.
Mike, are you going? Are you still there? Mike, have you dropped? Okay, I think Mike has not dropped. He has dropped. All right, don't worry. When another Arsenal fan call, I ask them. People will say, you guys say it is not a penalty. It's a penalty. Now somebody say, where you nod somebody for head, if it is outside, I don't know when it's coming together of heads, but I mean. Let me. Jimmy's not here. I don't like asking questions in absentia. I would like to ask Jimmy because under Wenger, when the Arsenal commit something, he say I didn't see it.
His attention was there.
He said he has never any time that Wenger would not see. I like that diplomacy. Yeah. He don't want any controversy. He just say I didn't see it. You understand? Atata will just tell you. Atata say he has never seen this in his whole life of that he's been playing football. Because I check the angle. If you check one angle, it looks like coming together. Mm-hmm. But the other angle is like the other guy coming from his side. To know that. Probably that's I don't know your take. Let us be objective on this. What is your take on it? Let's be objective.
Ken.
Yes.
It will be very hard for me to be objective. Okay. To be told. But I know the Brighton manager said he didn't know the game Mateta was watching. Okay. He felt that was a penalty. But then again, if you ask me, I feel the referee got it wrong. I feel maybe he could have. I think that was a foul, personally.
It's a foul.
I didn't think it was a foul. Okay. At all, yeah.
What's your take on it?
Definitely not a foul.
Okay.
Definitely not a foul.
So obviously they were hard done in this.
Yeah, they were hard done. But again, it's becoming a trend with Arsenal.
Okay.
Anytime results don't go their way,
it's like a conspiracy.
They start reviewing the match to see where they can.
But you should know why that is now.
Unfortunately, football is not boxing where they count points.
Yeah.
Arsenal, they'll start reviewing the match backwards and start saying, we could laugh. And all through the time Wenger had his title drought, it's, if this one plays. No, if. So Arsenal has become a club of if.
So that's what happens when you don't win trophies. Yes. You begin to discuss aspects of the game that you
the only if I have against Wenger, the real serious one, that is 40 million and £1. Because I believe, I don't know, everything, like you said, 1 + 1 is not always 2.
Yeah, true.
As a ceteris paribus, all things are not always equal. Yeah. But I do believe that if he had bought Luis Suarez that year, Arsenal would have won the league. They were there, they just needed, something, and, they just needed that, just what additional put, and the boy was on a streak, on a hard form. Yeah. And I tell you this.
I'll say this other time, the day I lost faith in Wenger was the.
Let's go to Emeka because Emeka is waiting for us. Mekus, how are you? Emeka, how are you?
How the family?
The family is fine. Look, I can see the whole family here.
All right. So, Ken, I'm reacting to
what?
The conference yesterday.
Okay.
I don't know if you watched Newcastle and
yes.
Tottenham yesterday.
Yeah.
There was a similar incident, though it was not.
Where he clackered when he bumped on him. Yes, yeah.
And that referee never gave any cards.
Okay.
But Arsenal, yesterday, Saliba and Pedro, they were 50-50 on the ball. You understand?
Okay.
Saliba's head had to hit Pedro.
Okay.
And instantly, on the field decision was Pedro. There was this referee that came online after the match and was making analysis that, for some referee, they will say penalty, for some referee, they will say no penalty.
No penalty,
so
okay.
Why are we not consistent with our rules, especially in the EPL?
All referees, so all referees, forget it, not just.
Controversy. Now, Arsenal had a chance to maybe bridge the gap between them and Liverpool. Certainly, these decisions are coming. You understand? So, I don't know. That is one.
Secondly,
what is the infraction with insurance that they were deducted 3 points? And what happened to the coach? Who is the coach of insurance now? Please, thank you.
All right, I think I will have to get up to date with that. I will have to get up to date with that, Emeka. I will do that. Insurance that they've been drawing. Insurance. I think they drew with Eimba. They went to draw with Eimba. I believe so. What is really happening? Insurance. What is happening? Omododike is no longer there. He walked, he moved on and stuff like that. But we'll get to the bottom of that. 3 points from insurance.
Yeah.
That's the second 3 point. I think was it the other 3 points from the earlier on. And this is. I love this. But what is happening between NPFL? I like all these actions on the thing. But also what happened between Nasarawa and Rivers United, because there were allegations that Samuel Virginia, one of the members of the board, one of the team, of Rivers United, was mercilessly beaten, and there's some videos circulating. So basically, can we let us get the facts? I think probably we'll get the Nasarawa guy, we'll get the Rivers United people here to look at it and look at the the video evidence that they have and why the NPFL board has not taken action, because they take what I love about this NPFL board is 1 minute management. They don't wait until next tomorrow before doing it and coming out. But in this case, it is dragging. Are you guys investigating? Let's get the result of your investigations and see how it pans out. A lot of things happening. I love shooting stars. Okay, they're from Katsina. Wale is reaching us. Hello, Wale. How are you?
Yeah, good afternoon all. How are you all doing? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday, Wale.
Yes, I'm a very strong NPFL supporter, a Katsina United supporter for that matter. I don't miss any match at home this season,
I like that.
even last season.
Yeah.
Yes, I really want to appreciate the NPFL. Has greatly improved. I'm telling you, even as a home supporter, when you win, you know sincerely you have won.
Exactly.
Yes, the matches are good. Any team can win outside.
Yeah.
Any team can, if you the edge of our seat, any small mistake, we know we are losing. So I really want to appreciate the refereeing. The refereeing of the league has greatly improved. Sincerely speaking, when I go to watch a Nigerian NPFL match, I don't know what is going to happen in my. I just have to wait till the end of the game to know the results. So people that are complaining about the Nigerian Premier League, it's not every time that we say it's wrong, it's a bad team. This is sincerely from last season up to this season, there has been a great improvement.
I love that.
Just go and watch. Don't allow people to be talking. People lose at home. There was the week this season that all the home teams lost.
Yes.
Or drew. There was no home winning in Nigeria. And when they tell you this, you pray that you know that it will never happen, but it has happened. So let's appreciate the refereeing of the Nigerian Premier League. Sincerely speaking, it has changed everything.
Thank you. Thank you. We've seen Nasarawa United go to beat Kano Pillars. We've seen Rebel South go to beat Katsina United. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. We see Katsina traveling to Abia, something to go and beat. So it's just in there. I mean, you will never, even at the peak when there was the peak of the league. I mean, when it was at the Troika, so to say, the three teams in Nigeria who were at the top then, Insurance, Rangers and Shooting Stars. Okay. They were the Troika then. Okay. Shooting don't get the liver to go to Enugu to beat Rangers. Where? They happen now. But this one, they went to the Cathedral, Shooting Stars and defeated Rangers, and nothing happened. Everybody clap for them. That is how it's supposed to be. With like Barcelona going to Real Madrid and Ronaldinho give those
amazing.
I'm beating them 5.
Just for what Wally just said.
Yes.
You just described that. He was saying something about officiating being a notch above.
Top notch, yes.
Now, Kano Pillars went to Ogbe Stadium.
Yes.
Defeated
Insurance, yes.
And the fans went on rampage and assaulted the match officials, costing them the 3 point.
Okay, that's because of the deduction. Oh, beautiful.
Yes, but again, there needs to be consistency. There has to be equity. The slap by a fan on the Remo Star assistant coach when they played Kodu City, I think. Sanction shots, because you can't sanction insurance and let them go.
All right, let's Chris is on the line. Hello, Chris, how are you?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Chris.
Can I make my contribution to the...
Go ahead. You have the floor. You have the phone. You have everything.
Okay, sorry. I want to thank... good afternoon, everybody. Happy Sunday.
Yeah.
I just want to... Lamentations at times on this EPL. Yes. The match between Arsenal yesterday, they lost that match. They drew the match.
Yeah.
Because at the time they gave the penalty, so much time on their hands to win that match. So why? It's a penalty. It's a penalty. Arsenal should stop lamentation. I'm also an Arsenal supporter. But we should stop this lamentation each time we either lose a match or we play draw. I
agree with you.
The referee gave the penalty. It's not for us outside to come and be doing the job of the referee. So it wasn't a penalty and they didn't like the call. They should have scored more goals. That's my point.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris. Chris saying this conspiracy theory, the law of averages. You win some, you lose some. It might go against you today. Tomorrow it will go for you. Before the end of the season, it will even out.
And Ken, again, mentally,
yes,
psychologically, this kind of thing affects you.
Yes.
When you know you can always lay hold on the if statement.
Yes.
Once you lose, you've had a bad day. Once you had a bad day, move on and strive harder.
It's not that you have to blame somebody. You have to blame somebody else.
Once you know that if we have a bad match, we'll blame the referee.
Yes.
Then the players already they have
that mindset. Yes. Exactly.
So you never become a champion.
They don't take responsibility.
Kind of,
it hurts me to say this, but I watched Real Madrid play, I think, against Valencia on Friday, and Madrid went a man down.
Yeah.
Arguably their best player. And
Vinicius Junior was red carded.
He got a red card.
Yeah, I was surprised when they won that game.
And they went on to win the game away from home. Away from home.
It's the mentality.
Regardless of, you need to have a lead mentality when you're playing this sport or any sports in general, because it happens. The referee might not be consistent. You might have a call that, this should have gone my way. This shouldn't have gone for me. But at the end of the day, when you, like Chris said, they had a lot of chances to bury that game. They didn't. And they get a penalty, and you're blaming the referee.
He's not blaming the referee. I mean, it goes for you. When it goes for you, it goes for you. Don't blame. Nobody's conspiring against anybody. Those referees, but some of the referees, they are killjoy you.
Yeah.
There are certain decisions that you complain about EPL. Okay, but let me about the NPFL referee. Let us say this. Something really happened. Because sometimes you see the result, you don't know why. Before this season, last season, most of the referees were old. Some of them were being old 3, 4, 5 years. They're owing them. I'm telling you this authoritatively. They will not be owing. They will not be paying them. Yeah. You understand? And then it now behoves on the clubs to take care of their hotels, take care of them. When they come in the club that you are going to. So if they give you a 5-star treatment, would you blow 5 stars? If they give you a 1-star treatment, you give them 1 star. So basically, it is, almost a kind of that. I'm not trying to say they are compromised, but that is what it looks like, because he who pays the piper, they say, I don't know whether they were detecting the two. No, I only know that they paid the piper. And the piper is the guy that had the pipe in his whistle to do just that. Now, in the past 2 seasons, Okorafor, I don't do Zog. If I say, they'll say that's not where he's coming from. Okorafor, let's hear you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ken. Good afternoon, Mr. Good afternoon, Chris. Welcome to, we thank God that it's 2025.
Yes, sir.
I love the statement made by the coach for
Rivers. Okay.
He's going to use these 3 weeks to strategize.
Yeah.
That's a very. He is going to do only that he knows what he's going to do for his club to move forward. Now, this is what other club members should be thinking. And this also, in as much as they are strategizing, clubs in Nigeria, this league is coming up this month. They should try as much as possible, crowd control their fans. Whether your club is winning or losing, you don't need to attack people, to attack the players or the coach. It doesn't make it. We have entered into what we call digital brand of footballing. In that sense that while the football is going on, there is somebody who is filming what is happening with his own camera.
Definitely.
And at the end of the day, there's no way you could deny that this incident did not happen. So I'm just begging all the clubs in this country, try and do the needful. There's what they call maturity.
Don't beg them. See, don't beg them. See, NPFL, the moment they collect 3 points from you or banish you, you go learn.
It's because of this that solution they take before going to watch match.
Yes.
They should guard against all this that take solution around the stadium. Honestly, because when they take this solution, honestly,
from Aruchuku Mazukrafo. How are you, Jerry? See, don't beg anybody. Don't beg them. You see, I like this. Chris called. I said, look, I support my team. Wally called, I support my team. If we get the result, we get it. If we don't get the result, we go this way. That is how it is. But when you believe it is, then you must always win at home. But you want to go away to win. What is good for the goose is not also good for the guy that go. You understand? But I was saying this. Right now, the referees get their indemnities paid.
Yes.
Even as they reach where they go, before they start the match, they already gotten their alert. They are paid as at when due, even before due. So basically, and you know that, I mean, nobody's owing you. Your hotel bills have been taken off, so you do your job. So no need for compromise. You know, so like the home team, there is not a budget there is a budget in the Nigerian club, budget something, in their budget, where you see it. It is called tactical. I don't know, maybe for tactical. The budget for tactical. So right now, all those tactical budget is no longer there. Go there, play. You want to win at home, win. You want to win at away, win. But you are safe. But if the fans misbehave, the board will take care. And when they take care, after the deduct point, they will banish your team. I think there's a club is playing three home matches without fans.
Yeah. Yes.
Without fans, whatever. You will play indoors without fans. No, you won't watch them. Then go and say, you're going to attack. If you wait for the road and you're going to attack them on the road, they will still hold you. I mean, I think it was Rangers or whichever they were attacked when they left the stadium. Some people went to go and attack them. The board, all the team, they understand it. We are in the digital age now. Let's play digital football.
We can't enjoy the Libyan treatment.
Yes.
And want to meta the same
to our own people.
Exactly.
Alex. Hello, Alex. Alex, how are you? Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Alex.
Happy New Year and your crew in the studio.
Yeah, so happy 2025.
Thank you very much. I'm calling all the way from Macaulay.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I have two things to discuss.
All right, Alex, go on.
First, I would have loved you people to take your time as a professional that you are.
Yeah.
And agree with me that Arteta is not right to win.
Alex, please now.
He's tactically bad. He doesn't handle pressure. Look at yesterday. Arteta plays 3 defensive midfielders. Declan Rice, Merino, and Jorginho. There was no creativity in the midfield. What was Odegaard doing on the bench? What was Odegaard doing on the bench? There was no offensive creativity. So, with those kind of play, how will you win for Arsenal? Cast your mind 2 years ago. The last one was last year. Arteta was playing at Villa at Emirates.
He had the Champions League. He had the Champions League game to be at Bayern.
Bayern Munich next week.
Yes.
And then the next thing is that I think Partey, 5 players out about 75 minutes as from last got 2 goals. He ended up losing Bayern's match. He ended up losing the title.
Alex.
After that loss, they never lost again till the last game against Everton.
Yeah.
Arteta is not right. Arteta has spent more than £750 million since he came as an Arsenal coach. What has he done?
He has won the FA Cup.
Club, they will sack him.
He won the FA Cup.
FA Cup. Is that what Arsenal is yearning for? Arsenal had a record of 13 or 14 FA Cup. 13.
Okay, I think 14.
For how many years now? Arsenal is yearning for the title. My second, and I need you to discuss about his bad tactics so that other Arsenal fans will hear. My second one is this. Please try as much as possible so that your coverage, your media coverage, reach clubs like Lobby Star. You already discussed about Lobby.
Okay, we discussed Lobby. We discussed Lobby. Even your FA chairman, the law himself. We talk with him. We'll be discussing Lobby, but we'll still do that.
Now I used to remember when I was a kid. But I used to listen to NS Conco, commentary on the radio. Whenever BCC Lions are playing Anya National or Leventis, those old memory days, that football was so sweet.
Yes.
So nowadays, we hardly hear. Even last year, that Lobby was topping the league. Toby was topping the league until Dominic Yofa lost the league mid second half. Sometimes people would put things to analyze. The whole club that was topping the league. You know,
we carried you. You brought in when they brought in Amokachi as team driver. When they now even 2 weeks back when they said he has resigned and came back. When you went to broke your expatriates, we've been talking about Lobby Stars. I tell you this.
Let me promise you. Benue people, Makoni people love watching your program. Even
all right. Thank you so much, Alex.
Because you're always organic. So please try as much as possible and reach. This network should reach Makoni very soon.
All right. Probably we'll get in touch with the club and then ask what is going on during this.
When you discuss this issue now, you will consult so many.
That's the man that's speaking his heart, Ken. Speaking from his heart.
Ken has become the farm in Emirates.
Yeah. So, during these 3 weeks, what do you expect them to be going through? The clubs.
Yeah, and I think the 3 weeks break is something the people in England they've been yearning for, and they are here to get. Club complained he left the EPL that this break. So the break gives you the opportunity to strategize. Half is the middle of the season. So if you can do it, because this gives you it's more like a retreat for you in the midst of the competition. So it gives them time to refresh the injured players, get them enough time to come back, and coaches who are joining you have more time with your players. So which is what Amorim is not having with his players. So we have to be clear. So this is an opportunity for you to actually have that.
Don't go there.
I didn't hear what Ope said. I didn't hear what Ope said. But like I said, the CHAN, that is the African Championship for the home-based teams, will be taking place from 1st to the 28th of February. Let us see the list. We have the list of players that are invited, to camp. Most of them are applying their trade at the NPFL. So they're going to showcase their, those talents right there. And like I said, three countries are hosting. They'll be hosting the AFCON 2027. And then because of that, they say, okay, you used to test run your facilities. Let us see Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, are the host, for that CHAN.
You have young boys from Tanzania beating TP Mazembe yesterday. 3-1. Very lovely match in their competition.
Football in Rwanda, football in Tanzania, football. There are sometimes when you watch their just like whatever it is, so that their talents. And
again, you're having the best of Nigerian players
moving over there
in this direction.
That because when there is a free flow of labor, you understand, and then it is where the greener pasture is. That is where you have the opportunities, and that is where you want to go to. So in other words, why they going to play in Tanzania? Why they playing this? When they go over there, maybe they're paying them like $2,000 per month. Are you getting me? Yes. And then the money is consistent, and then so you will now find out, what am I going to do? Why don't I do and do that? You convert because of whatever our currency is. You $2,000 is a lot of money for you. So basically, it's a stepping stone. I know if you do well, you have left your league, you are playing another league. You also your sellability something is also becoming that that much high, which is something that you want to move on. So okay, that is the list. Can we take that?
We have Erin Ozuemena from Enyimba, also with Kyle Debankole for Rebel Star, the 2 goalkeepers. Ismail Sadiq, Wali Ojetoye, Imotobo, Junior Nduka, Victor Collins, Ifeanyi Ebuchi, Stephen Mayo, the defenders. Jide Fatokun, Evergreen Rabibe Ali, Saviour Isaac, Musa Sayad, the midfielders, the forward Anas Yusuf, Adamu Abubakar, Sikiru Alimi, Emmanuel Bule, and Papa Daniel Mustafa from Niger Tornado.
All right, we're rounding up.
So it's a new year, it's a new beginning. We wish to have the very best for our sport this year.
I didn't talk about Rivers Hoopers last week. I'm really hoping they'll be playing ball this season. Okay. When we build up to ball, we'll talk about it, but I really wish them the best.
All right. It will give you up to date when it comes to basketball. Like you said, it is a new year, it's a new season, it's a new beginning. And for sports in Nigeria, I'm kind of God bless Nigeria.